going on, guys? This is a video about my Job Corp journey so far. I'm not at Job Corp right now, but I'm making a video about it right now because I'm set to arrive in about 2 days. I want to make a video telling you some of the things I learned and some of the things that I've been through while dealing with Job Corp. And if there's anybody curious about Job Corp or anything like that, tune into this little series because this is what I plan on making for the next couple of days or as long as I'm at Job Corp. Um, Let me start off with a little bit of context. I'm 24 years old. Um, I had a job working at corrections in Harris County. I ended up losing my job for, we're not even going to get into that, how I lost my job. But I ended up losing my job and I was kind of struggling to, keep up with, bills and rent and stuff like that. Working in corrections for Harris County it's decent paying. You can maintain your bills and stuff like that. And so um, after I lost my job, I was kind of just bouncing around from retail job, fast food job, bouncing around mainly because the environment was not that great or the pay wasn't that great, and I seen a different opportunity or basically anything like that, right? Personally, for me, in my living situation and how I want to live life, $15, $12 an hour it's not going to cut it. It's just not going to cut it at all for me. I'm a single dude. I have no kids, and so the type of life that I want to live in a one-bedroom apartment, um, that kind of wage wasn't going to cut it, right? And so the end of my lease was coming up, and I was looking for different opportunities to work in and different things to do with my life. Um, and so I ended up coming across a video about Job Corp. Never heard about it ever until this point. I've never heard about Job Corp in my life until this point, which is surprising because um, I grew up, in and out of foster care and aged out the system. And so surprisingly, I never heard about Job Corp. I never knew about it until I started inquiring about, different career paths. And so obviously I applied, I'm saying the end of my lease was up and I was going through some financial struggles. And so, this is a place I can live. This is a place where I can learn a trade. This is a place where I can uh, eat and, and kind of focus in and hone in on, you know, just focusing on myself and building up myself in multiple different facets. So I thought it kind of lined up. It got a little iffy because, like I said, I'm 24 years old, right? And so with that being the case, I need to hurry up and apply, like now. I applied in December. It's April now. I'm set to leave in 2 days. My birthday is in July. I turned 25 in July. And so, boom, applied, got my counselor. My counselor, she wasn't too on top of the ball, if I'm being honest. I worked counselor jobs before. I used to work for the state providing, you know, um, SNAP benefits and TANF benefits and Medicaid and stuff like that. And so I understand what it takes to have multiple different people on your caseload and, being responsible for just helping out multiple people. Um, but, when I say she wasn't really on top of it, I'm not saying that just from an outsider perspective. I'm saying that from a person that is somewhat familiar with dealing with certain things like this. But regardless, she helped me out through my entire process. She wasn't perfect, but she got the job done. And I'm thankful for that. So about like probably like a week until I was supposed to show up, I already went through turning in all the documents that they needed to see for me to be verified and make sure I qualified, and a meeting to where we can get everything situated on an actual Zoom call. Um, and so after that Zoom call, my counselor, she let me know a few things. For one, she let me know that the trade that I applied for, the three trades I applied for, were not open. I applied to be a welder, HVAC technician, and in construction. All of those trades were not available. So if you're looking trying to get into Job Corp, the trades that you apply for are not guaranteed at all. So don't expect, oh well, I'm gonna be a welder, because that's what I thought. I'm telling my friends, I'm telling my family, I'm going to Job Corp. I'm trying to be a welder. I'll be a welder, and this is a career that I'm gonna have. And I was proud of it, and I was excited until you know teachers quit, capacity students fill up the spot, and then once a teacher quit or something like that happens, they have to transition to a whole nother trade, and then that trade gets filled up. You know what I'm saying? And it makes it very difficult, to find a trade that you actually wanted, because all the people that are still on the campus, they get dibs on that trade first. You don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that you don't matter, but since they're there already, they get to be there in that seat first, and it fills up, and there's not enough space for you, and they need to make adjustments. Simple. And so I had to settle for material handling. When my second, first, or third option for a few reasons, but this is the hand that I'm dealt. And so I was told that if there's a seat available near the end of the trade that I applied for, then they can get me in and I can get a second certification, right? And so I thought it was worth a gamble for the amount of time that I've waited and um, you know and how dedicated I am to the program. And so keep that in mind, please. Anybody that's thinking about getting into Job Corp, right? And the second thing is that my counselor, the person, because when you apply, there's a person that emails you and they basically handle your caseload, right? And keep you in the loop and let you know any updates or anything that's going on. That person had all of a sudden stopped working there. I don't know if she quit or got fired or whatever the case is with her situation, but I was left to kind of fend for myself at that point and contact Job Corp personally. Um, for anybody curious, I'm supposed to be going to Gary Job Corp in San Marcos. I live in Houston, Texas. And so, yeah, so your counselor can quit too. And you got to kind of deal with that yourself and call the right people and get linked over to the right people. And, it all worked out, but it was kind of a stressful situation because, hey, there's only a couple of days till I'm supposed to show up. I don't even know. I had this person guiding me through the whole process until the most important part of the process. So it was a little nerve wracking a little bit, but it was cool because everything worked out. You feel me? Like, fuck all that shit. We gonna get this shit done. I'm gonna make my way into the doors. You feel me? Because I need to trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna work these little 9 to 5 retail fast food things and try to see if I can become a manager. I want something a little bit more serious, a little bit more hands on, a little bit more credential based, and something that I can rely on long term. Hey, I got the certification. I can do this. Not that, oh, I can flip fries and I can put clothes on the rack. No disrespect to people that do that, but the type of life and type of life I see myself working does not entail those kind of things. And so I respect everybody that, works fast food or whatever. All love to you. But, respect my mindset of I think I can do a little bit more than that. I can work on machines and cranes or, what I'm saying, whatever I feel like I can put my mind to, I'm gonna do that. And so when it comes down to that, I'm gonna take it to the max as long as the opportunity presents itself. And so she quit. Regardless, we end up getting everything facilitated, and I'm scheduled to show up in about 2 days. I know my hair is looking a little rough. I'm supposed to be getting my hair done tomorrow by my mama. God bless my mom because when I did have my own apartment and my lease was coming up, obviously I had furniture, TV, my PlayStation. All that has to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And so, God bless my mom for letting me move in my bed, my couch, my TV stand, furniture, nightstand, all kinds of stuff. And so my dog, that's the main thing. And so with that being the case, I'm gonna be in this facility and I'm gonna, work towards a job until I can get the certification, get the job, make the money, get a place, and move all my stuff back into the new spot. And, it's gonna be, clockwork just like usual. But, you know, we're working towards that. You feel me? We're working towards that 2 days until I show up. I'm gonna do my best to say as consistent as possible because I really, really want to take you guys through the Job Corp experience and let you know how I feel about it. Because there's a lot of people posting about it, but they're not people that like. There's a lot of people that are great and do what they do, but there's not a lot of black men posting consistently about the Job Corp experience. A lot of amazing, beautiful black women that do what they do, posting about their former experience. But I want to post before, during, and after. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to provide for young dudes that want to talk about Job Corp or people that want to inquire about Job Corp because that's the type of uh, content that I was searching for with all the questions and things, and I didn't have that person I can relate to directly. No shade to the people that I've learned a lot from. I learned a lot from these black females, but as a nigga, it would have been a little bit refreshing to see it from another nigga. You know what I'm saying? No shade, no shade. You feel me? And so um, the day that I'm supposed to be going, I'm gonna make a video about that. I'm gonna make a video about the bus trip and how that went or anything like that. And whatever I'm allowed to record, that's what I'm gonna record. I seen a lot of videos about the food. I'm gonna be doing food reviews for you guys if you're curious. And if you're in the comments and you're asking questions, I'm gonna be responding to the comments. You know what I'm saying? And my daily ideas or struggles and things like that. Keep in mind, I am a 24-year-old dude, and I'm used to having my own apartment. I had 3 different apartments at this point. Um, and so I'm very used to living on my own with no restrictions at all, when I can and can't go to any place at any point in time. And so I'm gonna let you know how that's like for me personally. I understand that Job Corp is for people 16 to 25. It's gonna be a drastic life change. It's gonna be a drastic life change, and I think people deserve to hear about it. I think other people are in my situation, kind of like me a little bit, and they might want to consider it. I don't know. And so I feel like I owe it to the people only because this is what I wanted to see. I'm only making content I would have wanted to see. It's not about anything else. It's about what I wanted to see. I didn't get that, so I'm gonna put that out there. Simple. I'm kind of disappointed that things kind of the cookie crumbled the way they did. Like the trades I wanted aren't available. Very disappointing. We're gonna see if we can finagle something or see what we can do about that. But besides that, man, thank you for tuning in as long as you did. I'm only doing this for people that are curious about Job Corp. Once again, I am going to Gary Job Corp. If anybody, oh my God, I seen that guy, because I look up people on TikTok and Instagram all the time, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to recognize people that I've seen on TikTok. But Gary Job Corp is where I'm going. It's been kind of a rocky experience so far, up and down, but we're going to see how it goes. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a subscribe. You feel me? Do whatever you got to do to support. You feel me? And so, with that being said, I'm gonna cut up, chop up, do what I gotta do for this video to make it very enjoyable for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.